If you're new here, I'm Melanie and I do a variety. I tried to say wide and variety at the same time. Well, I didn't try to, it just started to come out. I do a wide range of videos, feel free to scroll back. I don't edit. And I do point that out, and I keep saying this, it's because who knows what's going to happen. There could be any kind of noise from inside my house to outside the house. I don't know, I can't control it. Don't even know where I'm going to put this box. Got a collection of boxes going on in this room. Oh, now I'm knocking stuff everywhere. This isn't going very well. Oh god, that's got something. Hello, why did you run up the stairs? Hey, wet, dirty, husky. You're in the bath tomorrow. You are. I haven't got anything, I'm just moving stuff. You've got a little nosy, haven't you? What's your poo? Do you know where the sellotape is? Have you been using it? Oh, look at your feet. Oh, you're absolutely filthy. Am I going to have to get the doggy wet wipes out? Yeah, that look on your face said it all. I will be getting them out. You're not staying that dirty. It's just a chatty video. You're not going to see me. Where the hell's the sellotape? I mean, if it's in here, I've got zero chance of finding it. Zero chance. Well, no, like, not zero, but quite low chance, but I do need it. Oh, is it downstairs? It could be downstairs. Oh, God. I don't think it's in here. It normally is, well, it should be in here. But I don't think it's been there for a while. Although I could be wrong. Anyway, I just thought I'd film. I've been out with the dog. Do you know what? Well, everything's like not gone to plan today. Not that like I've got like concrete plans, but obviously, you know, I want to do things at a certain time, and I've got to do things and things like that. So, couldn't get to sleep last night. There's a lot of stuff going on. The police are having a massive impact on my mental health and how I feel in general. I've got health issues. I'm not even going to go to the doctors. Like, you know, if they kill me, they kill me. Hopefully they will, because the police are just making me feel that way. And I don't mean the police kill me. I mean, although, you know, if that happened, they'd cover it up. And what I'm saying I believe to be true. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about them, but I was still awake at like 4ish. I can't check because I'm filming on the phone that I can check on. Although I did take a screenshot, and I might have took it on the other phone, of the time. No, it's not this phone. I think it was more like 4ish. Because I didn't come up, well, I didn't go upstairs. I'm like, I am upstairs, but the next floor up. I didn't go up there till 20 to 2 in the morning. And I thought I'll give myself till 2:30, and then I'll try and lie down. But I know it was well after 3, like probably 3:30, 4:45, and that's probably why I took a screenshot at the time. But also, like, I do wear a Fitbit, and it will tell me when I went to sleep. But I'm on the phone that my Fitbit app is on, so I can't check. So I woke up quite a lot, but when I woke up, not for the final time, I was like, oh, I wonder what time it is. Like, I couldn't tell because obviously it's getting lighter earlier, and there was like no noise outside. I mean, it was raining and like really windy, so I didn't expect people to be outside, but you never know, who knows. And I just couldn't work out what time it was. God, my bloody chair just went down about 4 inches and scared me. It does that every now and then. And what was I saying? Went to the toilet, and I thought I'll get back in bed. Hopefully it's an hour before my alarm goes off. And I'd set my alarm the latest I've ever, not ever, but typically would never set it this late during the week. Definitely not. Like, you know, I set it about 40 minutes past my latest time, and my latest time isn't a time that I typically get up on that often, but there's times when I might have like had 2 hours sleep, woken up and seen like I've got an hour left, and I might put an extra half an hour on, which is what I typically do. So I looked at the time, and it was literally about 7 minutes away from the alarm going off, and that was the latest I've like set it during the week for a couple of years probably, if not longer. It wasn't like super late or anything. Like, some people might think it's late, some people might think it's not. I mean, God, wouldn't it be good if I could sleep till 12 o'clock? That would be a very, God, that would be a bloody late alarm. I've not done that in years. Like, can you imagine being able to sleep till 12 o'clock? That would be brilliant. Especially if you're like falling asleep at 5 in the morning, that would be a good time. But anyway, I thought, you know what, I'm going to add 35 minutes on to it, and that will give me, I mean, by this point, I think it was 3 minutes away from going off. That'll give me 8 minutes to get to sleep, and then I should get half an hour. And I laid down and I was awake for ages. It would have been longer than 5 minutes. I was getting really frustrated because there's some mornings I'll wake up like an hour before my alarm, and I'll try everything to fall back to sleep, and I might like doze off for a couple of minutes, a couple of times, and then eventually like I can't be bothered and I'll just sit up. So I thought it's going to get to that point, and then all of a sudden my alarm goes off, so I clearly fell asleep. And I was like, oh God, no. As in, like, surely it's not already time. And I was like, because I do set 3 alarms, I'm like, should I just turn this off and wait for the next one, which is anywhere, I can't remember what I set it for, but typically it will be anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes. And then I'll have a third one, which will be about 20 minutes later. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it, because if I turn this off, I'll probably turn the next one off, and I'll feel worse for having those little bits of extra sleep. I'll just get up on what I've had. And I didn't take too long to get out of bed, because like I said, it was much later than I wanted it to be. Like, I did go on my phone for a bit and stuff, but I didn't like spend too much time, because I want to like try and get out the house by a certain time. And I had a couple of extra things to do today, and I decided I wasn't going to walk from the house, which I typically would do on a like this day. But because of the weather, I mean, and I have walked from the house when the weather's been this bad, but I don't really want to go out for an hour to an hour and a half walking along. And some of the time I am on the main road, I don't want to be just walking around just like a drowned rat. And although obviously if I go off road anywhere, I'm still going to get drowned, but there's less people going to see me. So I decided to go off road. So is she going to have 4 off road walks with me this week potentially? So what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, I got up, and then do you know what? It seems to take me ages. I have to get like my medication out. I need to get like the supplements I take out. I need to give the dog her morning treat, because she waits to have it, because it's me that gives it her, because for some reason my dad won't do it. And then I've got to take my tablets. I've got to like sort out my breakfast. I've got to sort out what drinks I'm having. It seems to take like 15-20 minutes. Like, it's ridiculous. I'd say 10 to 15. And then I normally sit down and like have my breakfast and drink my drinks, and that's when I'll spend the most time on my phone, catching up on things, doing things that I need to do, like just checking on things. And then I was like, I like a certain amount of time to myself in the morning, even if I've got to do stuff during that time. I like to have some time to myself. Like, I'm not going to say how much I like. I mean, Fridays I don't get to have that time. I have a little bit of time, but sometimes I don't even get the little bit of time. Like, I might have 10 minutes to take my medications, have something quick to eat, and have a small drink. But I do like to do certain things in the morning and have a certain amount of time to myself before I have to face the world. And especially if something's happened the day before and it's affected me and I've had not enough sleep, I do like to have some kind of time to myself. Although obviously the dog wants constant attention. But I decided I was still going to get out at the time that I typically would get out. In fact, I got out earlier than I did yesterday. And in fact, I also started getting ready 15 minutes later than normal, and I managed to finish getting ready 2 minutes later than the time that if I'd got ready on time. But then I had to get loads of stuff together, because one of the things I had to do after the dog walk was go to the shop. Now, I knew I was going to get covered in mud because it's wet everywhere. The dog splashes. When I walk in things, if it's super wet, obviously it splashes up me. So I had to take a change of lower clothes because obviously my top clothes are not going to get wet or dirty, because I not only had to wear a jumper today because apparently it feels like it's 2 degrees according to the app. I put on my it's just a very thin waterproof jacket. I put that on. Then I put my coat on top. I also took a spare coat because that coat gets soaking and it goes through, hence the waterproof jacket underneath. So I took jeans. I don't know why I took skinny jeans. I do not know why, because obviously I'm wet. My legs are wet. I tell you what, my legs were wet 3 minutes into the walk because it was chucking it down and it was super windy. The wind's 24 miles an hour and I was walking into it because I couldn't see where I was going. So I let the dog decide. All I could see was literally just about 6 inches in front of her. I couldn't see, like, in the distance, I couldn't see what was next to me. I could sense there was things next to me and stuff, but unless I tipped my head really far back, I couldn't see anything. And because it was windy and rainy, I was reluctant to tip my head back because I kept getting a face full of water. So very rarely I would lift my head up just to check there was no dogs or people coming towards us with dogs. And I barely passed anyone with a dog, to be honest. I mean, I don't blame them. But because I couldn't see where I was going, she was all over the place. Now normally, because I thought, well, I'm going to let her dictate the walk. There's only one place that's going to be out of bounds. If she starts walking me towards her, yes, she can walk me to that place, but we're not going up to where she wants to go. There's other places we can go if she takes me there, but I actually said to her, we're not going to such and such a place. But her walk was a bit erratic to get to where she wanted to go, and she took me to a lot of her favourite places basically, but the routes that she took me to were very unusual and a bit all over the place. And there was this one point where we stood and we were only about 5 minutes into the walk. I was soaking, legs like knees downwards because my coat covers my knees. All of a sudden she dives off. Now I'm stood on grass that's soaking wet through, it's waterlogged, and it actually that area that we first start off on isn't the worst out of all the ones that we've been on. And she leaped off and I wasn't expecting it, but I'm not always expecting it. I think I screamed no at her. Do you know, like a really full on no, but like not like a scream, but one of those like distress kind of no's. And I didn't care if anyone heard me, and I had to get hold of her and like calm her down because huskies are literally nutters. I had to get hold of her and I'm like, you little shit. And it was because I couldn't see where I was and I didn't know where I was going to be spun round, and I didn't know if there was a big puddle next to me or if there was a really slippery mud patch, and that's why I screamed, because I thought I was going to end up on the floor. And she took me by surprise, and like I said, it was less like 4 or 5 minutes into this walk. I'd had enough by that point. The wind was blowing hard in my face, I couldn't see anything. I had a baseball cap on, I had the hood from my little waterproof jacket on, I had the hood from my coat on, and I just had this little view, like that's all I could, that little view, like my eyes and my nose, that's all I had out, that's like, and I just couldn't see. And she scared the shit out of me, because honestly, there's times she's done that and I've slipped. I've not fallen, but it's because I didn't know what was around me. If I knew what was around me, I just would have gone with it. And then she took me to one of the most slipperiest places. In fact, I didn't slip too much because I had my new boots on today, which have really caused me an injury to my actual leg. They've cut in on one of my legs. Didn't cut in on the other one. My legs are both the same, so I don't know why it's done that. I need some insoles in them because after 25 minutes, my front of my feet, where I stand, were aching like mad. By the end of the hour and 5, I think we did, because I said, oh, you're doing this a minute, you're having an hour, I can't be out here in this for longer, because we're literally out exposed for, I'd say 60% of it. 50% I'd say. But it's cut into my left leg. I can't see it because of how I'm sat. There's literally a mark, and it's rubbed off my tan on that part of my leg, so that's great. I've got this like 4-inch line now where it's just white where there was a tan, and it's literally scratched me. It's like maybe half a centimetre, maybe a centimetre long, this scratch, but it's like rubbed into my leg, and I don't know why. But yeah, there's no cushioning at the front, and my feet are moving a little bit, but my toes are quite close to the front because of the thick socks. So I need some kind of, mainly at the front, insole that's really comfortable, that I can take some of the shock of the floor. Do you know, like when you're standing on the floor, like it's a really thin rubber on it. So, but I did find that they had more grip. I weren't slipping as much as I am in the other ones, although I still slipped to some extent. They just seem to be better and grippier, but they've hurt my leg, and it's actually really stinging. So anyway, she took me to all my favourite places, including the part of the woods that's the slippiest, and it wasn't as bad as normal because of those boots. But there was one point she walked me through this like kind of grass area that was so super uneven and hard to walk on, and I couldn't see where I was going, so I didn't know what she was playing at, and I kept having to lift my head up, and I'm like, you literally walking me through the hardest bit, and I was trying to get her to take me to the edge, and she basically had me walking through like very uneven, it's got holes in it, it's got like random bits in it. Oh, because I normally let her take Charles to some extent because it's her walk. If she wants to do things, she can. I'm not in the mental position to think we're going to do this walk. I just knew one particular area we weren't going to go. And a lot of it, A, is because of difficulty, and B, was lack of time, because I knew the maximum she was going to get was about an hour and 5, 10 at a push. But, I mean, the last 10 minutes it did actually stop raining. But because of how much my feet are aching from hitting the ground with my foot, and there being no cushioning there, I literally needed to go back. Like, my ankles are sore. There's literally no kind of like stability in them. Well, there's stability, but there's no like, I can't think of the word, but you know, I need some kind of something like to hold my foot in place a bit better, because there's just nothing. And when you're walking for long walks, you need something, otherwise you're just going to end up with pain all the time. And I know my feet are going to ache like crazy later on, because that's normally what happens when you've done something. Like, if you have a tough workout and you're not used to it, or like you've pushed yourself harder, you do ache hours later. And I can feel my feet are getting more and more painful and tired, and I can feel like I'm getting pains in my legs, because obviously from the pressure of it, and like there's no stability, or whatever you want to call it, in them. So got back to the car, got her in, dried her face, tried to take some mud off her legs, but she always tries to have a fight with me, and I was like, you know what, whatever. Gave her some water, and then I literally went and got my wellies off, which were harder than normal, because the ones come off much easier. Not that they're easy to get off. And then took off my coat, took off my waterproof jacket, and put a clean, warm coat on, which felt amazing. And then I had to get in the car to get changed, and that wasn't easy. The hardest thing about it was, I mean, when I took my leggings off, my legs were wet, and I didn't have anything to dry them with, so I had to use the top half of the leggings, which obviously were under the coat, so I had to dry my legs off. The jeans weren't that hard to get on. The hardest thing was pulling them up, like, once they get to a certain height, because I'm literally sat down, obviously, and by the way, there was no one around. I think there was, like, someone in the car much further away, like, they couldn't see me, but obviously I was sat down. I had to get out the car, and basically do them up and pull them up higher than what they were, because I'd managed to, like, do everything, except for, like, do the button up and, like, do the belt, because I had a belt on, because I've got a belt on. I've still got a belt on, because I've still got them on. But yeah, I don't know why I picked up jeans. I think I couldn't think of anything else, and I couldn't see anything else, and I saw the jeans, and I was like, well, I'll just put them on. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It would have been harder if there were people around, although they wouldn't have been able to see me unless they were walking past, like, right against my car looking in. But I did have to get out. So I think if it would have been leggings or joggers, I wouldn't have needed to get out. But I had mud up my legs. The leggings were soaking wet through, and I did feel much better for getting changed, because you do, when you've got wet clothes, and you do feel better. And I've been to the shop and everyone was driving annoyingly. People were driving at 20 miles an hour. It's a bit of rain. Like, and this is what causes accidents with other people, like people who drive really fast, coming up behind people who are going really slow and expecting them to be doing like around 30ish, not like 20 or under. And there was this guy in front of me and he was literally driving up the middle line of the road for absolutely no reason. I just couldn't understand it. There's literally cars on the other side who were like having to like go right up to the curb to avoid this bloke. And I came home. Oh, do you know what? I was in the shop. Well, when I first got out of the car, when I first got to the shop, I'm going to wrap this up around 25 minutes because I'm meant to be doing stuff. And I'm just sat here. When I got to the shop, I actually felt super nauseous. And I'm like, God, I've made myself car sick. I never make myself car sick. Now, I do get car sick if other people are driving me. I've been looking for that. I thought it was upstairs. There. I felt super nauseous and a little bit dizzy. And I'm like, God, you've made yourself car sick. And I hadn't because I don't. I mean, I once did, but I'm like, and I couldn't have possibly made myself car sick like the way that I went to the shop. And I got out the car and I'm walking across the car park and I'm not joking, it felt like my legs didn't belong to me. And I was literally thinking that, and I'm thinking like, why do my legs feel so weird? It's like there's someone else's legs, like I was just struggling to walk. They just felt really weird. They just didn't feel right. And I'm walking around the shop and I didn't feel right at all. I felt really weird. My legs felt like, honest to God, I honestly thought I was wearing someone else's legs. They just didn't want to work. I thought, God, I can't wait to get home. And I came home and like I sorted the dog out. I've hung my wet coat up. I've hung my dry coat up. I need to put my socks in the washer. No, I need to wash the dog stuff first. I need to do at least 2 loads of her stuff because it's getting a pile of it now. And then I was like, I need to eat. I'm really hungry. And luckily I'd already made 2 meals yesterday. I made 2 burrito bowls. And I basically ate it cold today. Some of it was hot yesterday, like the chicken and the rice. And I've ate like a third of it because I needed something because I just did not feel good at all. I feel a tiny little bit better. And I've come up here to wrap some things up. And I went to the toilet and I think I'm dehydrated because my wee just stank. I know TMI, but you know, just being real. I opened this morning, I just got out of the fridge, there's probably a good third left. I'm going to drink this, and then I'm going to drink a couple of bottles of water. I'm going to try and eat the rest of the food, and hopefully I'll feel better. I'm hoping it's just, I need some food and drink. I'm hoping that's what it is, but I shouldn't feel that way, but I know I'm unwell as well, so I've been unwell for a long time. It's just, I'm not going to get any help for it while the police are making me feel the way they're making me feel. It's as simple as that. My health is pretty horrific, and I know it's affecting a lot of things. But yeah, it was like my sugar level had dropped, and that's how I felt. I was pretty shaky when I came in, so I have had a little bit of food. It's quite spicy, the stuff that I put on the chicken yesterday. Oh my God. So I need to go and find the sellotape. I'm hoping it's where I think it is, because if it's not, I don't know where it is. Like, it used to live, literally, where I'm looking now. I mean, there's Box Central in here at the moment. I mean, it is pretty ridiculous, all these boxes. And I keep getting rid of them. But, yeah, it's not where it typically would be. Oh, that's where those scissors are. I thought they were there. I've been using other ones. But yeah, it's not. It's normally here. And it's not. I need to do a mini clear out in here. Because it's such a big job. It's overwhelming. But if I do little bits at a time, you'd think I'd slowly get through it. But then I accumulate more stuff. But I don't think the tape dispenser's in here. And I think I know where it is. And I think I need to get a move on because I'm starting to feel nauseous again. So I don't know what's going on with me, but I feel really nauseous all of a sudden. It's getting strong. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I've got like this dizzy feeling and a bit of pain in the middle of my head. I don't know what's going on with me. I literally don't. I feel like I want a coffee, but would coffee make me feel worse? I think I need to get done what I've come up here to do. Then I need to eat. I need to drink a bottle of water. And hopefully that'll make me feel a little bit better, because I don't feel good all of a sudden. My legs are aching. It's those welly boots that I've had on. I mean, they're calling them Chelsea boots. And I've got this bloody patch of white where it's rubbed my tan off, and this like where it's been digging in on one side. Oh, that is sore. I've not done it on the other side. Oh, it's rubbed a bit of tan. Oh God, rubbed my tan off. Oh, it's coming off tomorrow anyway. It don't really matter. But it'd be in like early evening when I do it. And I always have my ankle bits out. I always have about that much gap, minimum. So everyone's going to see those patches. I don't know what to do with, like, I don't want it to rub. So I don't know what to do. If it rubs tomorrow, it's going to tear my leg apart. And I'm going to see if I did have a really cheap pair of insoles in here. Just, oh, oh no, I thought I just found some. I know there's some really, really cheap insoles lurking in this room. I hope I didn't chuck them out, because I really could do with them. I mean, I need some better ones than that, but for now they would do. If I throw them out, I'm not going to be happy, because I could really do. And I know a cheap thin pair. Oh, I'm literally looking at some. These aren't the ones I was thinking of. The old fresh insoles, antibacterial agent. Do you know what? I never really get sweaty feet. I mean, if I don't wear socks and I wear trainers, then I do. I mean, these are super, super thin. I mean, look at that. That's not going to do anything. I mean, it's better than nothing, but that is not going to give me much, like, comfort. It's literally, when I'm pressing it, there's nothing there. I need something thick. Like, double the thickness is better, but I want something cushiony. Do you know, like, that's really cushiony and, like, gives stability. That's what I want. This is not going to do that, but it is better than nothing. So, I know I've got some other ones that are like in like a plastic packet. I mean, if I find them, I could double up for now until I get something. But I was literally staring at them, but I know there's some in like a simple packet. Unless I've thrown them out, because I might have gone, oh, I don't need them. Or, knowing me, potentially I have given them to charity, because that's, when I have a clear out and I find things, that's what I tend to do. So there's a good chance that's what I've already done. And I hope I haven't done that, because I could do with a second pair just to keep me going until I get some. Do you know what? I'm really dizzy and I don't understand what's going on with me. All I know is I need a second pair of insoles or a thick pair. And I know I don't have any thick ones. If I do it, it'll be a surprise to me. But there's loads of stuff in here I could give to charity as well. I need to go through these, because I want to have a clear out, and I keep doing bits at a time, but I never seem to get anywhere. So what, I hope no one sees me, because it literally looks like I'm talking to myself. Oh, I'm glad I found them. I don't know if I ever showed it, but I bought this like mystery box that had like snacks and stuff in. It wasn't the best. It came in with random things in, like it had them in, because obviously there's a birthday coming up very soon, and there was lots of things that had really low dates on. There were things that I wouldn't want. There were like some kind of really childish things. There was like a mini gumball machine. There was gummies, do you know those? Not gummies, do you know those, well, they are gummies, but they're like shaped like dragons, and they're big and they're really gummy. So I gave my dad's friend to give to her grandson. He lives around the corner. They also had like Friends cookies in them, and these have gone out of date. But I got them in March, and they had like the 31st of March on them. I think I tried them, and I don't think they were very good. I think they were the worst shortbread biscuits I've ever tried. No, they're not gone. I mean, I'm going to go and give these to my dad. I mean, he's not here. I'm just going to go and put them. He'll eat them. I mean, they're 2 weeks out of date, but they're crunchy. I don't really want to eat that. It's the worst one I've ever had. I'm glad I went in there because I'm going to need them. Birthday cake cookies. But yeah, there was loads of random things in. There was a drink in it. There was some chocolate. I can't remember what else. I don't think I posted the video. Did I film it? I should have filmed it. It was from Molly's Sweet Shop. I think it cost me about £20. And it had like £30 odd worth of stuff in it. It had like jelly beans, cocktail flavoured jelly beans. It had a different brand of jelly beans. But yeah, it was all random and a lot of it had short dates on it. But yeah, if I wouldn't have gone in there, I would have forgotten about those cookies. But I do not know where those other insoles are. Because 2 would be better. Just found something else that I want. I can't show you what it is though. But yeah, I wonder where those is. This is why these videos are getting long, because I'm just looking for stuff and chatting. But I don't feel very well. I don't know what's going on with me. Oh, I found some Fizz Whiz. Is that in date? Oh yeah, it's got a couple of days. See, I think the Fizz Whiz came in it. Oh, I don't want it right now, I'll just shoot back in there. It's got 2026 on it. I don't know where these other insoles are. There's loads of random stuff in here. Like, this is like the most random drawer. I mean, they could be in here, but I'm not going to go through it all because there's a bloody pair of socks in here. I mean, I can't even open them. What are they? Unicorn Hooves ankle socks. I think I got these years ago. I honestly think I got these years ago. I need to stop filming. Oh my god. Plain on the back. I'm not wearing them. They're gonna go to the charity shop. Oh, that's hilarious though. They're definitely going to the charity shop. Oh my god. That is funny. I wonder, like, now I've found them, I'm wondering what the hell is in that bloody drawer. I bet it's like a little treasure trove of bloody random crap. You know what, I probably bought them about 4 years ago, I'm not even joking, maybe even 5 years ago, and they obviously shoved them in there. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, sometimes I buy... Do you know what? I'm one of those people that, like... Do you know, like, I can be so easily influenced that I just buy random shit. Or I stumble across things and they're like, oh, there's only 6 left. Be quick, and I'm literally ordering. Oh, God, honest to God. I have to, like... stay away from some things. I'm like, oh, don't go on there. If like there's something for sale, you're just gonna get caught up in it. So I don't think there is. Oh, I've just found something else that I need. Do you know what? My dad. Who remembers when you could go to Asda and they used to have those big nut dispensing machines, you know, like they were plastic, and you could go up and get a scoop and scoop out how much you want, and there'd be nuts and like trail mixes and just random stuff in them, and like there was like plain nuts, chocolate nuts, nut mixes, dried fruit mixes, seeds, all sorts of stuff. They used to have chocolate Brazil nuts in them. My dad used to go to Asda, and this was years and years ago, like I'm talking when I was like a teenager, like when I was 16 or something, 16, 17, 18. He'd go to Asda, go straight to that dispensing section, get a bag, get a scoop, and scoop tons of chocolate Brazil nuts into a bag, walk around the shop eating them. That's all I'm going to say. Every time he went. I don't like chocolate Brazil nuts, but I like Brazil nuts. I know that's weird, I just typically don't like the Brazil nuts. chocolate Brazil nuts for my dad. There's 700 grams there. Chocolate Brazil nuts are so bloody expensive. Like, on Amazon, like, I think it was like 750 grams, 14.50. 800 grams, 16 something. I actually got these cheaper than that. I really would like to try one because it's been years since I've tried a chocolate Brazil nut. But I do like Brazil nuts, but I can't have that many because they do have an effect on me. They make me unwell. But I do love nuts. I just don't like peanuts. And it's ironic because I like smooth peanut butter on toast. And I like a bit of peanut butter with things. I don't have it that often. Got a jar ages ago. I don't know if I've even opened it. But yeah, I just don't like peanuts. I'm not allergic to them, I just don't like them. If there's peanuts on stuff, I'll typically won't like whatever it is. But if you're hungry, like if I'm hungry, I'll try and eat it. But I do give up because I just don't like peanuts. But I like every other nut. And Brazil nuts are my favourite, but I can't eat more than maybe 5 or 6. But Brazil nuts are quite expensive anyway, so I got him 700 grams of chocolate Brazil nuts. And I know it's not, I don't think he was eating that many when he was walking around downstairs, but those scoops were quite big and he would put a full scoop in a bag, sometimes more, and he'd walk around and eat them. No wonder they got rid of those dispensers. Last time I got him some chocolate Brazil nuts was at Christmas, and I got him a little box, and it was from M&S, and I'm sure it was something like £4 or something for a very tiny amount. So I've just got him as a little treat. I got 700 grams. You could pick like in denominations of 100 grams, and I just got 700 grams for him. They might last him 5 minutes or something, I don't know. But on that note, I've just wasted 40 minutes chatting when I could have done what I needed to do and had something to eat by now, and I need other stuff to do other stuff. But if I keep getting more dizzy and stuff, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on, but probably all this lack of sleep and stress and the way the police are making me wish that I wasn't here anymore. I think it's all taken a toll on it. But on that note, I hope you've had a great April. I don't know when this is going to go up because I have scheduled videos, but there is some spaces in April, but I do have other videos that can go in that space. Maybe not enough. I've got some scheduled for May, so it's either going to go up in April or May. But I hope you've had a good April, even if this goes up in April. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already doing so, and have a fantastic day, and thank you so much for watching.